Welcome, Guardians. I wanted to talk a bit about 3 tips that you can apply to your gameplay to take your Crucible skills to the next level. I'm here representing the Traveler's Voice. It's a blog that I've been doing all about the world of Destiny, and you can go ahead and check out the link below if you want to learn more about tips, guns, and different things for Destiny. In the background, I have playing a game of Trials that I did a couple weeks ago, where my team destroyed on the Rusted Lands. It was a really fun game, loved that map, and we ended up taking them out 5-0, and I ended up going 14-0. Almost got Mark the Unbroken, it was so close. So, as I'm going through these tips, make sure to watch, see if you can see any of the tips implemented in my gameplay. And also, give me some tips. I'm not a perfect player by any means. Alright, so tip number 1. Only try to take on one Guardian at a time. Now, this may seem, kind of obvious or anything like that, but, a lot of players I see, and me included, we tend to just run in and try and take on the entire enemy team. This doesn't work that many times. It's really hard to take on more than one Guardian at a time, especially if you're using primary. And I will put in here that you can take on more than one Guardian at a time if you're using your super or, you have heavy ammo or something like that, but still be smart about it. So this is mainly pertaining to primary battles, and they're very hard to win when it's 1v2, 1v3, whatever situation like that, because you'll get team shot. And so what you want to do is use doorways and walls to your advantage. You can do this by, I know there's a part in the clip near the end, I think it's either the final round or the round right before the final, that there were 2 Guardians over in B, and I was in the area between A and B. I saw both of them started shooting, but then moved back so I could only see one, so I was only getting shot by one. Took him out, still had enough health, so I was able to peek around the corner even more, take out the other guy, because by then he had forgotten I was there and was trying to take out my teammate. So you want to use doorways and walls to your advantage, peek over, cover, do different things like that to show only your body to one other Guardian and try and take them out. Tip number 2, know when to run. It seems like a lot of players don't like running. They like to go in and I'm either going to kill or I'm going to get killed. That's all that's going to happen. But staying alive is very, very important. Especially if you're playing Trials of Osiris or you're playing another game mode where you want to stay alive. You want to know when to run. If you're being outgunned, if you're in a 2v1 situation and you can't make it a 1v1, know that you can run. And a lot of this has to do with knowing the maps that you're playing on. You want to make sure that you know different routes that you can take, different ways, so then you can dip around corners, you can do things to get out of lines of sight. And it's very important that you do this. Tip number 3 is know your radar. Radar is huge. I know a lot of other games you don't actually have a radar, so the fact that we have one in Destiny is very gracious of them. You want to know that there are 2 different colors with the radar. So there's a dark red and a light red. So if it's a dark red, the player is near you and is on the same level as you. They could be on the same floor, they could be around a doorway, something like that. If it's light red, they're near you as well, but they're on a different floor than you. So either they're higher up, they could be jumping, they could be underneath. If you're on a bridge or you're something, they could be underneath the bridge. If the center of your radar is lit up, that means they're either right on top of you, beneath you, or right next to you. Make sure you don't watch your radar too much, as you can get distracted by it. I know that it can be very distracting looking at it, knowing, okay, a player's over there, but if you get caught looking at your radar when they start shooting you, chances are you're going to lose that gunfight. I want to talk about crouching for just a second. Crouching takes you off the radar except for small intervals of blinking that happens. So if you've ever noticed, if you're on your radar looking at it and you see like a blip that comes up, just like some red that shows up every so often, every couple seconds, that means that someone is crouched near you and that they're probably sitting there with a shotgun or something waiting for you to come through the doorway. So you want to make sure to keep an eye on that, know, oh, somebody's near me. I know a couple times I've seen that and I've been like, whoa, my radar's like freaking out, but it's not. It means a player is crouching near you. So those are just 3 quick tips for taking your Crucible playing to the next level. make sure to keep an eye out for these. They really do help. I know that when I've started thinking consciously of these things, I've been able to play better and not lose my cool, be able to get into better gunfights and have a better chance of winning. So once again, check out the Traveler's Voice if you want to, and we'll see you next time.